Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we read diving into one of the most intense and dramatic stories in ancient history, the relentless pursuit of David by King Saul. It's a tale of jealousy, fear, and a king's descent into madness. How did David, once Saul's most celebrated hero, become his #1 enemy? Let's unpack this epic saga. It all started with a song. After David famously defeated Goliath, the people of Israel celebrated him. Women came out from all the towns, singing and dancing, and they chanted, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." This simple song planted a dangerous seed of jealousy in King Saul's heart. From that day on, Saul saw David not as a loyal subject, but as a rival for his throne. His admiration turned to suspicion, and that suspicion quickly festered into a murderous obsession. The first attempt on David's life was shockingly direct and personal. David was in the palace, playing the lyre to soothe the king's troubled spirit as he often did. Suddenly, overcome by a dark mood, Saul grabbed his spear and hurled it straight at David, intending to pin him to the wall. Miraculously, David dodged it not once, but twice. Can you imagine the terror of that moment? The very man you're trying to serve tries to kill you in his own home? This was just the beginning of Saul's campaign against him. Realizing that direct attacks might fail, Saul got more cunning. He hatched a plan, thinking, let me not raise my own hand against him. Let the hand of the Philistines do it. He offered David his older daughter, Merab, as a wife, but with a condition. David had to fight the Lord's battles and prove his valor. Saul's hope was that David would be killed in combat. But David survived and continued to succeed. Saul then went back on his promise and gave Merab to another man. But Saul wasn't done using his daughters as bait. His younger daughter, Michal, was in love with David. Saul saw another opportunity. Told David he didn't want a dowry of silver or gold. Instead, he demanded a gruesome price, 100 foreskins from the Philistines. This was a task designed to be a death sentence. Saul was certain David would fall at the hands of Israel's greatest enemy. But David, ever the warrior, not only met the challenge, but exceeded it, returning with 200. He married Michal, and Saul's fear of him only deepened. He now saw that the Lord was with David, which made him even more of an enemy in Saul's eyes. Saul's obsession grew so strong that he couldn't hide it anymore. He openly ordered his son Jonathan and all his attendants to kill David. But Jonathan loved David like a brother, secretly warned David to hide, and then pleaded with his father. For a moment, reason prevailed. Saul listened to Jonathan and swore an oath, "As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be put to death." A brief peace was restored, and David returned to the court, but it didn't last. War broke out again, and David led the Israelite army to another great victory. When he returned, Saul's jealousy flared up with a vengeance. Once again, as David played the lyre, Saul hurled his spear. David dodged it, and the spear stuck in the wall. David fled into the night for his life. That very night, Saul sent men to watch David's house and kill him in the morning. But his wife Michal helped him escape through a window, saving his life yet again. From this point on, David was a fugitive. Saul hunted him across the wilderness of Judah with thousands of his best soldiers. He chased him to Ramah, to the desert of Ziph, and to the desert of Maon. It became a kingdom-wide manhunt. In one famous episode, Saul unknowingly entered the very cave where David and his men were hiding. David's men urged him to kill Saul, but David refused. He only cut off a corner of Saul's robe to show that he could have killed him, but chose not to. Even after David showed him this mercy, Saul's paranoia eventually returned, and the chase continued. The story of Saul and David is a powerful lesson in how jealousy and fear can corrupt even a king. It's a gripping tale of survival, loyalty, and divine protection. David, despite being hunted, never lost his faith and showed incredible restraint by refusing to harm the man who was trying to destroy him. What do you think is the most dramatic part of this chase? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video.